Hey everyone, today we're reviewing LG's SJ8500 Super UHD LED TV. This is the entry into LG's so-called Super UHD TV lineup, and it's got an expanded color gamut, supports multiple types of HDR, and the design is meant to be strikingly different than LG's standard 4K TV lineup. Let's see what all that tech adds up to in real life. Design is one of the hallmarks of LG's Super UHD TV lineup. Clean lines and a slim profile were clearly front and center when LG drafted up plans for this TV, and the result is a super sleek look from the front, back, and sides. There's very little bezel, which helps promote that window on the wall aesthetic. And one thing to be aware of is this stand, which looks good and doesn't have too wide a stance, is about 31.5 inches wide, and it swoops well out in front of the TV, about 6.5 inches, which can make placing a sound bar in front of the TV a bit of a challenge. Mounted on the wall though, this TV is going to look very slick indeed. Around back, we see our power cable is hardwired, which sits at the lower left portion of the panel. Then toward the right, we find all our connections, with 4 HDMI jacks split up between a recessed side panel and one rear-facing bay where the remainder of our connections live. When you first power on the TV, LG's WebOS Smart TV system takes you through a setup wizard, and this is where you'll use the Magic Motion remote to connect to your Wi-Fi router, allow the TV to scan for TV channels via antenna or cable box, and then you'll be done with the initial setup. From there, we recommend the Expert Bright Room or Expert Dark Room picture preset, depending on where you'll place the TV. Outside of those with dedicated darkened home entertainment rooms, the Expert Bright Room mode will probably be preferred. No matter which setting you go with, we urge you to reduce or turn off the energy saving mode entirely, as this has a huge effect on the brightness of the TV. Also, make sure Real Cinema is turned on and go into the True Motion setting, select User, then reduce the de-judder and de-blur to 0 to eliminate any soap opera effect. With WebOS, you can label your inputs to reflect what's connected to them. So you'll see cable box or Blu-ray player instead of HDMI 1 or 2. And these will sit down on the WebOS ribbon right alongside your streaming apps. This makes switching between streaming TV and conventional TV very easy. As for picture quality, this TV displays both standard and HDR content pretty well, but since it's an edge-lit TV, it won't be as sparkling as the most expensive models out there, and you'll get a little slightly gray, black, in dark rooms. Still, the TV gets plenty bright for most use and is going to look vivid in well-lit rooms. Color accuracy is respectable right out of the box, and the TV does support a wide color gamut with more detailed shades of color than LG's standard line of 4K Ultra HD TVs. As with all LG TVs, you know you're getting HDR because WebOS puts an HDR logo up when it gets an HDR signal from your Ultra HD Blu-ray player or streaming services like Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and Vudu. LG's also got a leg up over other brands' LED LCD TVs as its IPS LCD panels allow a wider viewing angle than most. The TV's motion resolution, lack of blur, and low input lag, about 15 milliseconds in game mode, makes this a great TV for sports and for gamers, especially if you're playing newer HDR games. Overall, we'd characterize the SJ8500 as having premium picture quality that sits just below the most expensive high-end TVs. In the end, you do pay a little bit more for the SJ8500 Super UHD TV, but I think the investment is worth it in terms of the expanded color, brightness, and HDR capabilities, and this is definitely a TV that is going to last for years to come.